We have Caleb Davis with us. He's San Diego State's first ever football general manager in this new world of college athletics. Spring football well underway for San Diego State. It won't be that long until they're back in the field in a regular season game against Stony Brook at Snapdragon Stadium coming up in late August on August 28th. But Caleb, first of all, congratulations. It's only been a couple of weeks, right? And thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys. First off, John and Jim, thank you guys for having me on. You know, I'm fired up to be here, fired up to be in the great city of San Diego. So appreciate you guys.
Well, there's a lot to get into. We're excited for you and to have you with us as well. But tell us about how this comes about, because a year ago, you are the director of recruiting for Notre Dame. They make it all the way to the national championship game in the expanded college football playoff. Now you're the GM for football at San Diego State, working with Sean Lewis. How does an opportunity like this present itself and come about?
Oh, man. You know, it's a blessing, first off, because, I mean, to start off, if your phone's not ringing, you're probably not doing a good job. So, you know, I've been blessed to be around a lot of really, really great people and mentors in my career. But, you know, it just one thing leads to another. I had certain people reach out, and then before I knew it, I was on a Zoom interview, meeting Coach Lewis for the first time. And then, I think 4 days later, I was out on campus for an interview. We felt each other out, kind of shared each other's visions, and realized, man, it was a heck of a fit. And here we are. It's crazy how it goes. But yeah, it's a lot of sharing each other's vision, a lot of phone calls, and just making sure we're all on the same page.
So what does a general manager's job entail for what you do, Caleb?
Yeah. So my whole pitch to this thing, as I've been, you know, hammering down exactly what a GM is and what it does is, yeah, it's the roster management, the evaluating talent, the bringing kids in the portal, kind of helping build this culture. But from an outside approach is, my goal here is, you know, as we transition into the Pac-12, ensure that San Diego State is a leader in every single aspect. So what that means is, you know, it's my job to, you know, help fundraise to make sure we're taking care of our guys, but also make sure that we have a shared vision of, you know, our goal isn't to just play in the Pac-12 and be that, but our goal is to be the leader in the Pac-12. And that was one of the most exciting things as I got here, and day to day that looks different every single day, whether it's sitting down and meeting with some of our top guys or going out to practice and evaluating what we have, and even looking into the transfer portal and high school recruiting. But a lot of it is, you know, connecting all of these great people that we have within the university and making sure we've got a shared vision of, you know, being leaders as we transition here.
Such a unique opportunity. Caleb Davis is with us, San Diego State's first ever football general manager. So again, this role has only existed for so long in the college space. You're obviously very young. Who's your mentor in this area? How did you get down this path?
So probably the first person I've got to give a shout out to is Chad Bowden. He actually just recently got hired as the general manager at USC. Was at Notre Dame before, but he's a guy who, I mean, he's one of my best friends in the world. Has taught me a lot in this realm over the years, and then just the whole core of people that have helped me develop into who I am, which is Chad's obviously a big piece. Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame is like family to me. Mike Mickens, even the DB's coach at Notre Dame. Like, I could go on and on and on. Max Steinecker at who's now at USC, but was at Wisconsin before. Like, I've got a ton of, you know, it's kind of like that saying, it takes a village, a ton of people that I can lean on in this space, ask questions, bounce ideas off of. And it'd probably take me this whole segment just to list off everyone that's helped me get here.
Coming from Notre Dame, and obviously Notre Dame in the national championship game last year, what do you want to take what you saw at Notre Dame and bring here to San Diego?
The biggest thing is being innovative and being a leader in the space. And again, whether that be the NIL program and budgeting and just forward thinking and being adaptable, because college football has changed more in the last 4 years than it probably did the 40 years before that. And to be able to witness it firsthand, see the little tweaks that, you know, some people are scared to change and some people are frightened by it. But if you can kind of see the changing landscape, adapt to it. And again, like I say, everything I'll say is being a leader in the new Pac-12. Like, that's the goal, is take every little, curve that comes along on the path and find a way to overcome the challenges. And again, be innovative, be a leader, and be different in this space, and find a way to continue to make San Diego State one of the most special programs, not just around this area, but in the country, because it is a special program with special history, special tradition, in a fantastic city. And it's one of the few programs in the country where it does have unlimited potential when we hit on everything right.
Caleb Davis with us right now, San Diego State's first ever general manager. I want to touch more on the Aztecs and SDSU, but I want you to take me back to just the experience last year with Notre Dame. I remember watching the Northern Illinois game. By the way, San Diego State plays in DeKalb at Northern Illinois this year, but I remember watching that game, and I remember what people said: season's over, it's done, there's no chip. But again, the expanded playoff, and then Notre Dame goes on this incredible run. I mean, plays some of the best football in the country, as we saw in that expanded playoff, and gets all the way to the national championship game. What type of adversity was dealt with when you have that early season loss like that, and then you end up all the way in a national championship game?
Now, here's the thing to take from that too, is like, the other thing that people forget is we beat A&M on the road week 1.
That's right. Yeah.
So we went in, and not only did we just get a gut punch, but we just went from the highest of highs. We were looking forward to being the number 1 ranked team in the country at some point in the season, and all these different things. And then that was a punch back to reality, and it taught us as a program, and the kids and the coaching staff and everyone, how to handle success. Because I can go through the whole story, but it kind of created a humble approach where, from there, though, the culture of the coaching staff, but really the culture of the locker room, is what shined bright. Because anyone in the country could have taken that loss and then like, our season's over. But to have those kids and the leaders in the locker room, and I could list them off, but it was a special group, and it's really the kids that built a culture of being able to overcome it. And it's another reason why I was so intrigued with this job, is like, we've got some leaders and kids here that I know maybe last year didn't show it, but we've got a heck of a culture that the kids at the top here are ones that I believe have what it takes to be able to overcome a season like we had last year, and really shoot like a rocket ship as this program continues to develop.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what, in your opinion, is the most attractive thing about this program from the outside looking in?
I would say 3 things. First off, like I already hit on, the kids we have on the roster. There's a special group here right now. It's a special culture, and from the top down, like I believe in this group of kids. But number 2, and probably the most important thing for me, was Coach Lewis and his vision. I actually had never known him before this process, but he was one who every single person I asked spoke super highly of him and believed in him. And I've kind of respected him from afar, being from Cincinnati and seeing his success at Kent State. But then when I got here, everything I do is I stack up. Again, I go 8 years back with Marcus Freeman. So love him, I love the way he runs things. And as I went through the interview process, every single thing that Coach Lewis did reminded me of how Marcus would run his program. And it was one where I took a step back. I'm like, man, just everything that Coach Lewis is doing, I see a special approach to it. But then the last thing, and really another one of the most important things is, yeah, I believe we can have success here, but it's a program in the new age of college football that this thing can just go crazy here in a few years. Because like I said before, like, San Diego State has unlimited potential. There's only so many schools in the country that have an elite location, elite local talent, great academics. We've got elite history. We've got 3 national championships in Division II. We got 3 NFL Hall of Famers, and you go through, the one thing that's ever held us back is the conference. And now as we transition into the Pac-12, again, this goal in my mindset, it's not to, hey, now let's try to win some bowl games as we transition to the Pac-12. It's, no, how are we going to slingshot this thing, be leaders, and reach our full potential of a program. Because this thing, when we hit it right, I think we're going to look back 3 to 5 years from now and be like, holy cow, I didn't realize what San Diego State really could be.
Yeah, it's really well said. And of course, it's an elite stadium. It's Snapdragon Stadium here in Southern California as well. Caleb Davis, and of course, there'll be a spring showcase coming up in April for Aztec fans, which we're looking forward to. And Caleb Davis is with us right now, San Diego State's new and first ever GM. I like how you touched on Sean Lewis at Kent State. I don't think they've won an FBS game since he left, which speaks to how challenging the job has been. And I think I had someone tell me at one point, if you can win at Kent State, you can win anywhere. So I think Aztec fans are excited, obviously, about the direction of the program. So for you, it's only been like 2 weeks, right? You've been here a couple of weeks. Yep. You're getting your feet wet. What's your just initial feel for the roster? You're watching spring football play out. You're seeing some of these position battles come to fruition. Just what's it been like to watch this team to come together the last couple of weeks?
Oh man, I'm fired up. I really am. And the biggest thing isn't even necessarily the talent, because when I came on my interview, I had already researched the team, researched the roster, just was the talent there, and what did I think? But really what I've been evaluating more than anything is what's the energy. And this reminds me of some of the special teams I've been around, where the leaders in the room, the most talented, the guys at the top, like they have this sense of family. They have a sense of off the field connection, but they also have a sense of competitiveness that it takes to win games. And it's been really, really special to feel the energy of the coaching staff, but really, like I said, the kids in the locker room, they're the ones who set the culture. I can bring in a million kids, but no matter what I do, or no matter what any coach said, like the kids in the locker room set this culture, and we've got a chance to have a really special one.
What do you think of San Diego? Is this your first time coming to San Diego in your life?
Yes, actually. Until my interview, I'd never even stepped foot in the city, but man, I love it. I love it. It's like I hit on everything about San Diego State. One of the rare places with unlimited potential. And this city, when we get it rolling right, and this program, again, I mean, nothing beats living in San Diego. You can't tell me, as we're recruiting a kid, they'd rather live anywhere else than right here.
No, it's an amazing place. I mean, it really is an incredible place. And like you said, its football history is so strong, the athletic history of San Diego State in general. And we're looking forward to it, whether it's this spring showcase coming up later in April, or again, the start of the season, August 28th. But Caleb, congratulations on all your successes, this opportunity on the Mesa, this GM role. I'm sure we'll be talking to you throughout the course of the spring and summer and fall. But thanks for taking time for our listeners and for Aztec fans. And we'll do it again soon, all right?
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys.
That was great stuff. Caleb Davis, again, San Diego State's first ever general manager. On the